We're back with Max Youth Rating once again, and we're over in Andorra, following on from the TV deal experiment we did, which largely underwhelmed. If you've not seen it, go and watch it. But after this one, because today we're going to be comparing the two and seeing if Max Youth Rating can help build the nation better than a multi-billion-pound seasonal TV deal. Let's get into it. Yeah, so as mentioned last time, unfortunately, we hit a cap, didn't we? About the 140s we got to. Over 200 years we had in the experiment. And the nation of Andorra did largely underwhelm. We didn't win anything in a European capacity. No Conference League, no Europa League, no Champions League. Now, I thought we might do, to be perfectly honest, but we didn't. We got to a couple of Conference League finals, but that's as far as it went. So, today, we've got another 200-year sim, and this time we've got max facilities. Max youth rating and max training facilities as well, as you can see, for all the teams. We've also done it for the teams in the lower league as well. There you go. And if we look at the Andorran national team, they're 154th in the world. Now, this is where it's going to be a little bit more international. And this is where we're going to have a little bit more of an international focus in this experiment, because with the youth rated players coming through, we are going to see Andorra hopefully go on to bigger and better things in an international capacity. Whereas last time we had a little sort of glance in and nothing really happened. But with 200 out of 200 in terms of their youth rating, we are actually going to experience world-class players coming through. So today I'm expecting a Euros win, a World Cup win, Ballon d'Or winners for Andorra, and I'm hoping the league can be elevated as well. And that, but I think the players will probably just leave and go elsewhere. That's probably what's going to happen. Like if we go for a search now and we do nationality Andorran, there we go. So the best Andorran player is Iker Alvarez, who actually plays for Villarreal B. We've got only one player over 100. We've got Marc Valles at 97, Marco Vieira at 90. So it's a little bit underwhelming, to be perfectly honest. But that being said, things will change over the course of the experiment. It'd be nice to see as well. So as I say, 154th in the world for Andorra, and their league is 118th. So, as we did last time, we jumped 10 years, and I didn't expect much to happen in 10 years, and I expect even less to happen in 10 years this time because we haven't got the finances backing us. But we'll jump 10 years, and just to see if anything's starting to percolate. Let's go. Things are happening. Things are actually happening. We're 10 years in and we are starting to see big changes already. Luis Bustamante, a 161 player at 22 years old, potential 188. Now, he's driven. If he hasn't played enough for Juve, for me, they've not been playing him enough. They've ruined him. Juventus have ruined Luis Bustamante. Francisco Javier Barragan, at 148, he's got himself basically to his potential. He plays for Atalanta. A lot of them are going to Italy here. We've got Juve twice, AC Milan twice, Atalanta. First player that is still in Andorra is 21-year-old Rosendo Serrano for Inter Descaldes, the team of the first 50 years of the experiment last time. Of course, they did sort of fall off, didn't they, as we sort of progressed through. Now, as you can see here, we've got Juventus again. Juventus love the Andorrans, don't they? Is Andorra between Spain and Italy geographically? Is that the link I'm seeing here? I genuinely, I've got no idea. Where is Andorra? In the Eastern Pyrenees mountain range, nestled between France to the north and Spain to the south. Well, this picture's shit, isn't it? Oh, so we're nowhere near Italy. I thought it might be its own island. So it's literally just a little cluster, like sort of in between Spain and France. Okay. All right. There's your geography lesson for today, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the action. So I'm not sure why Italy are dominating all these. And as you can see, I'm surprised actually we've not got more French as a second nationality. A lot of them are Spanish as second nationality. And look at this. 18 years old, 198, Miguel Angel. Well, let's have a look at the potential ability. Yeah, we've just seen him, Miguel Angel. We've got Francisco Maestre at 179. He's at Juve. Probably been wasted for a few years. 4 years. Oh my God. In fact, I'm fuming. I'm genuinely fuming. Like, Juve have messed up this first 10 years. But it's good to see. It's good to see that things are happening and we've got players coming through. Right, so the Andorran First Division is up in 55th already. 55th. Obviously, these young players are coming through and we're seeing they must be here for a couple of years and they're helping elevate the league in terms of their ability, and then they're going on to bigger and better things. And I wouldn't be surprised if the teams are actually getting quite a bit of money. £412 million here. £820 million. Well, where's all this money coming from? Because I've not got any TV deal or anything on. So I'm not sure where this money's coming from. Not even coming from sales. They've literally not sold anyone for any money. And why have they all got so much different? Here you go. La Massana, £276 million. You've got Inter Descaldes, who've won the league every single bloody time, apart from one season. 685 million. 391, like 122 for Ordino. 458, 334, 293. We're all over the place in terms of finances. I mean, 820 million for Santa Coloma. They've built a stadium in 2027, 33,000. So there is the first question of the experiment. Where's all this money coming from? We can't really decipher and work it out where it's coming from. But the league is up in 55th. So we're probably going to see quite a lot happening in terms of players, in terms of trophies, because they've got loads of money and they've got great youth players coming through. The Andorran national team is up in 107th. I'll be honest with you, that's considerably worse than I was expecting. If we go and look here at Andorra, we've got Luis Bustamante at 161, we've got Javier Barragan at 148, and we've got decent enough players, but loads over 100. And to be honest, there was a lot more in the shortlist that should be here and being represented. So maybe they're a bit young. Here we go. Here's another one. 165. Gonzalo Perez, 18 years young. He's gone to Juve already for 6k. Ooh, don't ruin him, Juve. Bloody play him. Anyway, okay, so we're 10 years in. I don't think we've won anything. Never won anything of Andorra, but that's fine. The under-21 squad. Surprised there's not better players. I mean, we've got some good potential here. I mean, 15 years old here, Ricardo Friere, 164. You'd love to see it. You love to see it. We've got some really good potential coming through. Okay. Don't know where the money's coming from. Is that going to skew the experiment? I mean, to be honest, what can we do? It's not like I've accidentally left a TV deal on. You can literally see there is no TV deal finance coming in. I've checked multiple teams. So, I mean, let's go look at Santa Coloma. We probably already looked at them, to be fair. Income. There you go. Nothing. Nothing at all. We've got £200 million transfer budget. Anyway, let's go 40 years on. So we'll be 50 years into the future. And I'm sure things are going to start to have happened in 50 years. Almost certainly. Okay, so we've got 3 players in the 160s, quite a few in the 150s now, 50 years in. And look at this, Real Madrid, United, Chelsea, United, Al Hilal at 34 years young, Rennes, AC Milan, Liverpool. And look at this, some of them in the 130s staying in the Andorran First Division at 30, at 28 years old. Okay, getting a decent enough wage as well. I'd love to see it. The Andorran First Division is up in 8th and the nation's up in 26th. So Inter Descaldes have dominated this first 50 years, much like they did last time. They've got £957 million in the bank, a 71,000 capacity stadium, £400 million in the transfer budget. I just don't understand where all this money's coming from. Like, for the life of me, I can't work it out. What's happened? I mean, they're getting all this now, hit sponsors and stuff, because their reputation's grown. They're up in 8th in terms of league reputation. And look at this, loads of players in the 130s, 140s, and up here in the 150s. So in 50 years, we've eclipsed where we got to in 200 years with the finance deal, and we've arguably got more money. Who knows what's happened here? But hey, let's rock and roll with it. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's see how successful we can be. So let's go and look at the Conference League then. So despite all that money and all the good players coming through, we're not seeing any winners here. We've got 3 runners-up, Esperanza twice and Santa Coloma once in the Conference League, and that's it for the 50 years. The Europa League, nothing. Sweet FA. And the Champions League. Liverpool have had a rough time of it, losing the Champions League final 4 times in a row. Twice to United. They did win it 2 times in a row before that, though. Chelsea 4 times in a row back here. We've never got to a final of the Euros, the Europa League or the Champions League. We've just got to 3 Conference League finals, which I think we might have got to a Conference League final in the first 50 years with the TV deal. So, but to be honest, domestically, I'm not expecting the world. I mean, I'm surprised we're doing so well and why the league's elevated so much. The finances have got a huge thing to do with it. Let's go and have a quick look at the finances. 928 million. A billion. Yeah, a bill. Basically a bill. Basically, yeah. It's 900 or a billion for every single team of the league. Yeah, I've gone through the whole lot. I'm just a bit baffled, to be honest. Massana, £1 billion as well. Ordino, £1 billion. So, I don't know what's happened. We saw the stadiums to begin with in the last experiment. They are less than 1,000 capacity. We've now got stadiums, 71,500 capacity for Inter Descaldes, nearly 59,000 for Santa Coloma. 33 over here. And of course, the population of Andorra is just under 80,000, like 78,500 people. 79,500 people, my mistake, excuse me, for getting 1,000 people. How dare I? So, yeah, they've done really well, to be honest. They've got the stadiums, they've got the league up in 8th, which is phenomenal. I think the best we got to last time on one of the stop-ins was in the 20s, wasn't it? Did we ever get in the teens? Either way, we never got in the top 10. I'll tell you that for free. That statement is free of charge. Put your wallets away. And the national team is 26th in the world, as I alluded to before. Okay. So, in terms of the World Cups and the qualifications, it might have taken a while to get there. As you can see in the 27 season, didn't really do much. We hadn't really done much by the time we got to 2033. So let's go through the schedule season by season. And we'll start to see a little bit of a change. The World Cup qualifications here in 2037 was not enough to get there. That's fine. The Euros, again, we're winning some games. Beating Malta, beating Switzerland. Not enough to get there. The World Cup next time. Didn't get there, of course, but things are starting to happen. We're getting more wins, we're getting more draws, and as we move through, we're going to qualify for the Euros and the World Cup. I mean, look at this, the Euros, we qualified here. This is a qualification, let me tell you now. Oh, yes, it was, and we went out with a point, having drawn against Wales, losing to France and Ukraine. So we've got to a tournament in 2048. The World Cup, we got there. Oh my God, we beat Germany after extra time. But we bloody beat Germany. Beat Belgium on penalties. Lost to Argentina in the group. Beat Morocco. Oh, God, lost to Wales. We only just scraped through and got to the quarter-final. Didn't get to the Euros. We got to the qualification playoffs and we lost to Slovenia. Is that enough to qualify for the World Cup? It was not. The Euros, that might be enough. It was. Second round defeat to Spain. And World Cup. There we go. And the Euros... Once again, going out in the group stage, but we are almost getting there nearly every single time now. It's more often than not a 6-0 win against Liechtenstein, a 4-0 against Luxembourg, and another 4-0 against Liechtenstein. We're doing very well. That was not enough, though. That was not enough to get to the Euros. We must have been very unlucky to miss out there. We're in the International League semi-final against Germany and England. We've been getting promoted to the International League. Can you believe that? European Euros, right, we qualified for the 2064 Euros out in the group stage. World Cup, we got there out in the group stage. And where are we? Whoa! A clean sweep qualifying for the Euros. And we get to the quarter-final, losing to Croatia, beating Germany 2-1. Have a bit of that. Things are happening. We're at the World Cup. Bang! Out in the second round to Portugal. But we're now qualifying pretty much every time. And we're getting through the group stage as well. Quarter-finals against Belgium. And we're well on course to get through to the World Cup in 2074. So that's a lovely little place to start to think about moving on. However, before we do that, let me just have a look. Oh, the European Under-19 Championship has been won by Andorra. When? 2048. Spain, on the other hand, I just want to have a look at their success. So they've won 3 Euros and 3 World Cups in this experiment. Okay, I was going to say, have loads of them got the second nationalities of Andorran? EK Ortels at 177. Not sure where he would have been to begin with. Would he have been Andorran, eligible for Spain, and chose Spain? We'll never know. Okay, so we're 50 years in. Let's go another 50. So 21-23. What's happening then? 8 hours and 3 minutes for a 100-year simulation in the Andorran database. Compare that to a video that came on the channel with the European Super League not too long ago. 16 seasons took a day. Like, that's the level of loading times with these different databases. So that just puts it into context, doesn't it? 1 full day, which is 3 times this for 16 seasons, where we've done, 100 years here in a third of the time. Madness. Best player in the world then, Mohsen Al-Harbi, Saudi Arabian. 198. Not seeing any Andorrans here, unfortunately. So we're not quite at the top of our game yet. But let's go and have a look at the nationality and see what the best Andorran player is saying. The best Andorran player is once again playing for Juventus. No, he's not. It's Matteo Jimenez playing for Liverpool, but 2 of them are playing for Juventus. Quite a few of them are playing in the Andorran First Division for Inter de Scaldes. Right. Still in 8th. Still in 8th for Andorra. And yeah, it's still got lots of money. Yeah, still about £1 billion for all of them. I'm not sure why. Not sure what's happening, but that's what's happening. We've just got to go with it now. They're up in 8th anyway. Inter de Scaldes did continue actually dominate. Actually, they fell off for a few seasons and then they came roaring back. They lost the league for 3 years in a row, won it back, then 2 more years. So 1 league in 6 years is like horrendous for them. They had a bit of a spell of it back here as well. And then they decided, right, that's it. We're just going to go on a tear for 18 years or whatever. However, they've only won it 3 more times in the last 22 years. So they have fallen off. Santa Coloma and FC Santa Coloma and UE Santa Coloma, the Santa Coloma brothers or sisters coming through. Esperanza are there as well, and Pasta La Casa. Lots of money, as mentioned. 8th in the league reputation. Plenty of Champions League places. Conference League down in 6th. So over half the league is qualifying for Europe. Very impressive. We've got to have won a trophy. I'm sure we've got to have won a trophy. We'll go and check in on that. Let's do that now. Let's go and look. Let's go and have a look at the Conference League. So last year in 2173, of course, when we'd seen Santa Coloma and Esperanza get into the final for 3 times. And as we go, there we go. Oh my God, back to back. America and Esperanza have won the Conference League. Karoy Cropper over here in 79, runner-up. We've had 2 wins though. Santa Coloma run-up again. We've had more runners-up as well. And again, Santa Coloma. Esperanza, second win. Inter de Scaldes, win. At America, win. Inter de Scaldes, runner-up. And Pasta La Casa. So how many wins is that then? How many Andorran Conference Leagues have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Conference League wins. We didn't get 1 last time. Unbelievable. I'm confident about something in Europa League then, because we never got to the final in the Europa League or the Champions League last time. I think the best we saw was someone get into the quarters, and that's because we went into the club history. Maybe the semis. If you've not seen it, go and watch it. If you have seen it, you might remember. Anyway, we didn't get to a final. So, can we get to a final in Europa League? Let's see. Yes, we can. Inter de Scaldes losing to Spurs after they'd lost the final 2 years in a row. Lovely little story there. And that's about it. Nothing else is happening. But we've got, Esperanza, final, runner-up. That's it then. But 2 finalists in the Europa League and 5 wins in the Conference League in this 50-year spell. Brilliant. Champions League? I'm really not expecting much here, to be honest. But you never know. You do never know. But nothing has happened. Okay, right. The Champions League still eludes us for now. I'm expecting things to happen though, because as you can see here, if we look here, 170, 167, 160, 158, loads happening here. And we got then Benoit Deschamps and Santi Turiel in the 140s, high 140s as well. I don't think we ever had might have had 1 player in the 150s and it was a goalkeeper. But 2 players here in the mid to high 140s. And then another couple of players in the 140s. If they stick around in Andorra, because they can afford to pay them, you can afford to pay them. I think it could be some big things happening. In terms of the stadiums, well, Inter de Scaldes have extended their stadium to 96,500 people. People literally have to cross international borders to fill their stadium. The entire population, bear in mind, the population of Andorra is 79,500. 22 of the buggers will be playing on the pitch. And you got the manager, the ref, guards. So literally, we've got thousands of people coming over. And that's if everyone who's going to be working? Unnecessary. Stadium that big. To be honest, 61,000's a bit excessive. Everyone down tools into the Scalers are playing. Let's all go and watch. The police, the ground staff, the stewards, the people selling food and drink at the stadium, taxi drivers taking people to and from. I don't know why I'm getting so irate about it. I want us to get over 100,000 now, just for a laugh. 7,500, yeah. I mean, it's not dynamic, the population on these games, is it? It never changes. I don't know what, I suppose you couldn't really code that in, could you really? Anyway, so 21st in the world in terms of the world ranking. And we did get to the World Cup 2074 and we lost to Turkey in the second round. The Euros were getting there again, second round defeat to Netherlands. Look at that, we drew 4 games. Drew all our... Oh, sorry, that's the friendly. Drew all our group games and get through. World Cup qualification, we got there. Oh my God. We beat England in the 3rd place playoff. We came 3rd in the 2078 World Cup. Things are happening, ladies and gentlemen. We are on our way. Second round defeat to Netherlands in the Euros. Didn't even get to the World Cup. 3rd place. 3rd place. We lost to North Macedonia. Lost to Germany. Lost to Ukraine. Drew to Germany, North Macedonia and Ukraine as well. Only beating Armenia and San Marino. Our old friends, San Marino. No World Cup. Euros. Have we fallen off it? Didn't even get to the Euros. World Cup. Didn't even get to the World Cup. So what's the opposite to a golden generation? Because we're not going through a golden generation at this point in the 2080s. It's a shit generation, isn't it? Surely we got to the Euros from that. Yes, we did. Out in the group stage. World Cup. We should be there. No! That didn't qualify for the World Cup. Too many draws. We need some more wins in here. Right. That's a qualification for the Euros. We've ever seen it. 2090s, back comes the golden generation, and we got to the second round, losing to Norway. Norway, I thought that was going to happen. Recycled that joke from previous videos. It always goes down a storm. The retention rate's probably going to go, and I won't blame you. World Cup qualification. We're in the World Cup there. Second round defeat to Colombia. Okay, we're back on our way. In the Euros, out in the group stage. World Cup, I'm unsure. No, we didn't get there. Despite beating Estonia 11-0 and Gibraltar 6-0 to sort of rubber stamp that end. Daniel Polo with 5. Okay, so Euros. Got to the Euros out in the group stage. World Cup, didn't get there. Euros, that's there. Yeah, second round defeat to Italy on penalties. Got to the World Cup and got to the quarter-final, losing to France. Beating England and Argentina on the way. Lost to France in the group stage as well. Second round defeat to Belgium in the Euros. World Cup, we're there. Round of 16 defeat. Out in the Euros. World Cup, yeah, out in round of 16. So we're getting there again now. Right, so we're definitely back. Right, lost 5-0 to Spain in the round of 16. Spain, excuse me. How many Andorrans you got? 2. I'm not happy at that. Give them back. Another Euros defeat. So World Cup round of 16 defeat. And here we are, present day, on our way to qualify for the Euros. So unfortunately, we have never won a World Cup. Wales have. Portugal have won 3. We came third there in 2078, as mentioned already. There we go. Right. So, for the 50 years, let's go to 2173. Okay, so 2173. Right. Okay. We're in the 170s for a couple of players. Quite a few in the 150s. But when it comes down to the Andorran First Division, we're down in the 130s, which is not great. The Andorran First Division, we're down in 17th in terms of competition reputation. I don't like that at all. Just had a quick click through, and we've got about between 800 million and £1 billion for every single team. They're spending plenty on players, but I mean, £275,000 a week on Mohamed Mahoubi. I feel like we're getting the best and the worst of things right now. I feel like for some reason the money's come out of nowhere. I don't know where it's come from. I don't know how it's happening. I've mentioned it multiple times. Answers in the comments. I've not left another database on. I can tell you that now. I haven't left another database on, because if I had, you'd see the TV deal. You'd literally see it. And this is a custom database. I'm not very good at making changes to custom databases in the pre-game editor, because it comes up with some testing bollocks and I just don't understand how to sort it out. So I end up doing like TV deals manually per team, which takes bloody ages. So I wouldn't have accidentally done one for this. Went through manually doing the youth, every single one, like going those edit club details, facilities, 20. So that's where we're at. We are 17th in the world ranking, but 4-star still. Okay, not too sure about this. Conference leagues then. We've got another win, Atletico America. Oh, into the Scalders with 2 in 3 years. A runner-up there for Esperanza. Another 3 wins. That's 8 wins in the Conference League. Europa Leagues. Can we get a Europa League win? I'd love one. I'd absolutely love one. We've not even got a final. So we're going to have nothing in the Champions League, are we? No, I'm not even going to scroll up. I'm just going to scroll down. There you go. Nothing. No Champions League. Not even a final in the Europa League. This is what happened last time. We got to 100 years where it was all promising with the TV deal. Like, oh, we're on it. We're going. We're moving. And it just fell off. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happened, and I don't know why we've gone stagnant. Let's hope international football saves us. We're 15th in the world. I'm not confident. Right, 21-23. We qualified for the Euros, out in the group stage. Qualified for the World Cup, I hope. Yeah, out in the second round to the Netherlands. Got to the semi-final against Germany in the Euros. That might be as far as we've got in the Euros so far. Third in the World Cup once. Brazil lost in second round there. Obliterated in the Euros. Bottom of the group. Embarrassed. Didn't even get it to the World Cup. Got to the Euros semi-final again, this time against Spain. So that's back-to-back semi-finals of the Euros. Can we get to the World Cup this time? We can. Second round defeat to Spain, 5-1. The old enemy. Semi-final again of the Euros, losing to the Netherlands this time. World Cup, round of 16, penalty defeat to the Belgians. And we lost to Belgium again, this time in the Euros, second round. World Cup, round of 16, a 3-2 defeat to England after extra time. And a semi-final again, defeat to Spain. This story's there, isn't it? It's a win against Spain in the World Cup or the Euros final. It's written. It's got to be. The old enemy, and they keep beating us. Oh, walked into the World Cup and lost to Spain in the quarterfinals after extra time. Semi-finals against Germany, defeat, penalties. Shades of Euro 96 from an English perspective. What if Gareth Southgate missed for Andorra? Have we got to the World Cup with that? No, didn't think we had. Got to the Euros with that, though. Let me tell you that for free. Don't know if I've started saying that today, but, you know, I have. Deal with it. Semi-final again to Portugal. So we're a nearly team. Second round defeat to Brazil, penalties. 2060 World Cup. So Euros, Germany defeat 2-1 after extra time. Again, Germany, Spain and Belgium are the teams that we keep losing to. Lost to Brazil in the World Cup. We lost to Brazil a couple of times, actually. Semi-final to Denmark. 4-2 defeat to Norway in the second round of the World Cup. Out in the group stage there, losing to Spain on the way. Lost to Portugal in round of 16 of the World Cup in 2070. 2072, second round defeat to France. And we're a couple of wins in on our World Cup qualification in 2173. Okay, so we've got one final job. We'll do Ballon d'Ors at the very end. But at this point, we've won nothing. We've won no international trophies and won a few conference leagues, which is completely alien to what I thought would happen. I thought we'd be dominant internationally, but we really haven't been, which is really, really sad. How many players have been, over the years, have had a second nationality of Andorra and gone and played for Spain? You see a couple of them there. I wonder how many we've lost out for that reason. We'll never know. Let's go to the end. 2120 something. 2220 something, should I say. 200 full years into the future. And we'll round this one off. 17 hours and 48 minutes, 22:30 we are going to. So, it's another 58 years, 57 years from where we were last here. And as you can see, the game is taking forever to load. So while you're here, while you're waiting for this, and you're watching me ramble, subscribe to the channel. 68.4% of you throughout February and March have not been subscribed when you've watched my videos. Okay, so look. 178, Johan Bernard for Inter Milan. He's in the top page. He's in the top page of players. We've got an Andorran there. We've got representation, ladies and gentlemen. Have a bit of that. We've got no representation in the league structure though. Nationality, Andorran. Okay, let's see. 2 170s, a couple of 160s, 150s. Is that good enough to win a World Cup? In my opinion, no. Andorran First Division, best player 145. We've hit our glass ceiling, ladies and gentlemen. We're down in 15th. Competition reputation, we're down in 15th. 4-star still. We've got to do the stadiums at 2173, so let's go and look now. 2 of them over 97,000. Imagine if they were both at home on the same day. Half the population of Spain and Italy and France to come over. Spain and France bordering it, not Italy. Right. Okay. Who's been winning? Esperanza. Esperanza are dominating. Okay. Can you go and win a Champions League? Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Loads of, still about £1 billion for all of them. I've not looked at the trophies. I sort of kept that sort of out of my vision, just sort of looked at this corner of the screen to look at the money. So no spoilers from my perspective. I don't know how well people have done. Conference League then. Okay, so 2173, and it was Bilbao last time. So I think we've got 8 Conference Leagues up to this point. I'd like to think we're going to get some more. We've got a runner-up. Oh no. Oh yes, Esperanza. So 1 more in the last 58 years. We've got, what, 9? Europa Leagues. Not expecting anything. Runner-up for Esperanza, losing to Shamrock bloody Rovers. Shamrock Rovers, you've got £429 million in the bank. Where's their money coming from? This is what I'm saying. Like, £420 million for Ludogorets. Hammarby, £662 million. Right, there's a lot of money going around in world football right now, so it's not just Andorra. Man City about £100 million in the hole. No. Djurgårdens. 3 Champions Leagues from Sweden, Iceland, Nats Perniflag, Reykjavík. I mean, who the fuck are these teams? No offence. They've won 119 Icelandic Premier Divisions. They've been one of the better teams since the turn of the 2000s. They've won a handful of trophies. And then in this experiment, it's up to 2029 and 2037. And then they went on a bit of a tear, to be honest. A lot of a tear. They've had a good stint out of it, but they've won a Champions League, like, with no assistance whatsoever. I feel a bit flat. Even though I expected nothing domestically, it gave me hope to begin with way and the money. What's happened with the finances? Like, I've accidentally installed a glitch where every team just gets insane amounts of money, except Man City. Even United have got £344 million. God knows what happened in that rebuild of man with them. Look, Spurs, loads of money. Chelsea, loads of money. Why is City in so much debt then? I don't know. Andorra, as a nation, are 4th. Things might have happened. Things may have happened. Okay. And we would have qualified for the World Cup from that. And we got to the round of 16 in 21-74, losing to Belgium. Where's this World Cup and Euros win? We've walked into the Euros. Semi-final defeat to Portugal. We love a semi-final. Lost in the 3rd place player for the World Cup to Ivory Coast. Chile getting to the final. They've won 2 World Cups. They won it in 21-78. That's where we are. Chile went and won the bloody World Cup. You might have had a good side, I don't know. Semi-final defeat to Belgium. World Cup lost to Germany. Euros out in the group stage. World Cup quarter-final defeat to Portugal. It might not happen. Got about another 40 years left. Second round defeat to Croatia. World Cup. 3rd place playoff win against England, having lost to Spain in the bloody semi-final. Again. Euros, we're there. Second round defeat to Israel. World Cup qualification, we got there. Lost to Brazil. Euros, quarter-final defeat to England on penalties. World Cup, quarter-final defeat to Czechia. Euros, we beat Spain in the final! 2200. I said it would happen, and can you believe it? Of all the teams, it had to be Spain. It just had to be Spain. We beat Portugal on the way as well, who've been a little bit of a thorn in our side up to this point, on penalties as well. Beating France, lost a few times too, but look at that. Beating Spain in the final of the Euros, and we go on to the World Cup, and we lose to Spain in the final. Oh, how depressing. We beat Chile, bit of revenge. We beat Czechia, bit of revenge, and we lost to Spain, who got their own revenge. Although it's been very one-sided, hasn't it? So, Euros, can't defend our title, lose to Serbia in the quarter-final. World Cup, round of 16, defeat to Switzerland. Euros, semi-final defeat to Germany, having beaten Spain again on the way to the semi-final. The World Cup, lost to England in the final, having beat Spain in the semis. Extra time again, 3-2. We've got Spain's number now. Lost to England, bloody hell. Euros, lost to Spain on penalties. World Cup, lost to Brazil on penalties. Semi-final of the Euros in 22-16, losing to England. Lost to Ecuador on penalties. Euros, lost to France in the second round. World Cup, beat Ghana in the 3rd place playoff. Euros, semi-final defeat to England. Lost to England in the World Cup final. Semi-final defeat to Spain in the Euros. And we've not got to the World Cup in this timeline. We've won 1 Euros. Right, when's the World Cup? Let's sim. We're in the World Cup group, right? Let's go another few days. Okay, we beat Canada in the second round. We got France in a few days' time. Let's go through the group stage. Drawing to Saudi Arabia, beating Tunisia, beating Ecuador, beating Canada in the second round 2-0, and we now got France in the next round of 16. The French national team are 16th in the world, and they're actually quite bad. We've got two of their best 3 players are goalkeepers. Oh, we should have them. We should have them. We did him. We beat him 2-0. And now we've got the Netherlands in the quarter-final. How good are the Netherlands? Not bad. But again, their 2 best players are goalkeepers. What's going on with the world's goalkeepers? I think we could have them. Oh, we didn't. We lost 2-0. Well, that's a bit underwhelming, isn't it? Right, let's look at golden balls. It's going to be a bit rapid fire, ladies and gentlemen. So please do bear with me. Right, so the first few years, I mean, nothing's going to happen there, is it? It's going to be all the real people. I'm not looking for seconds. I'm not looking for thirds. I'm literally just got my eyes on the winners. So if there's any seconds and thirds, do please feel free to let me know in the comments if you happen to see any as I'm scrolling through very, very quickly. Thing is, though, is I am cutting out any gaps. So I'm trying to keep speaking so there is no gaps for me to get rid of. Was it? I thought he was black and white then. This guy, my peripheral vision, Dylan Medina, very pale. Nothing happening at all going up here. We're over 100 years in. No one's come anywhere near it. Oh, Adrian Moreno, who is now a coach. He played for Sevilla for a hell of a long time. He won the Champions League with Sevilla. He won the Euros with Andorra. Adrian Moreno, a Ballon d'Or winner. 3 times, no less. 4 times. And is he the only man? He is. He's the only one to win in the entire experiment. So, 1 Euros, 4 Ballon d'Ors, 9 Conference Leagues, and an inexplicable amount of money. That's what we can take away from today's experiment. I hope you had a good time. Let me know any other nations you'd like me to do this with. TV deal, Max Youth Rating deal, or otherwise, I do have a lot of other custom databases available to me. I am actually working on one from Africa at the moment, a Max Youth Rating thing, a versus. So stay tuned for that. It's Egypt versus Cameroon, I think, the two most successful nations in Africa, for the African Cup of Nations, that is, because they've won it the most times. And then I think third and fourth, I'm going to do in a different kind of experiment. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on other nations to do this with. Any ideas for other experiments? Again, do please let me know. And most importantly, take good care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.